and I'm just going to give you guys a couple of pointers about writing game stories. A couple of things I've picked up since getting into the business. So first of all, I just want to go over structure, and then I'll also talk briefly about the writing process of a game recap. First of all, with structure, I like to think about it as like a 5-part process, with the first part being the lead. So the lead is the hook. Like if you're going to describe the game to a friend, what is the thing you'd start with? Like what was the draw of the game? That's what you want to start with. That's number one. Number two, the nut graph, which is basically like a synopsis, like 2 to 4 sentence summary of what happened in the game. The third part, I like to think of like an expansion of the lead. So you kind of, touched on it to lead into the nut graph. Now, this third part is where you kind of expand on it. This was the most important part of the game, so now kind of explain it in fuller detail. And then the fourth part, basically, graph or two about the other important details from the game, and then the fifth part being what's next. So, this game is over, what's next? Who does so-and-so play next? What day and what time? So that's kind of the 5 parts. With structure, I like to think about in writing a game recap with the writing process. Obviously, with game stories, you're on a tight deadline. You may need to have the story done as soon as the game is over or 5 to 10 minutes after. So first of all, it's really important to write as much as possible before the game even starts. A lot of times you kind of know what the storylines, one or two of the storylines may be heading into the game, and most cases you know who the next opponent is. So start with writing those before the game even kicks off or it tips off or whatever. And then secondly, write as much as possible during every stoppage of time. Writing during timeouts, fouls, halftime is really the part where you can expand a lot. So those were kind of a couple pointers with game stories.